Hello and welcome to SoCal Prep Report. Alongside Eric Sotheimer of the Los Angeles Times, I'm Randy Rosenblum. It's a sunny day in Los Angeles at Fremont High School, where the Pathfinders are having a fabulous boys and girls soccer season. We're going to concentrate on the boys today, where they have really done a great job. They're undefeated in the Coliseum League, and they've won 24 matches in 29 outings this year. Eric, this is quite a story here.
It's a great story. This school, this coach, Roberto Gonzalez, he stresses leadership. He stresses grades. They're doing a fantastic job. They got a player who scored 1,300 on the SAT. They're doing everything right here, and it's something that the community needs to know about.
That's Justin Lopez. We're going to meet him on our next segment, along with Henry Caceres, who is their outstanding goalkeeper. But I know you're excited about Caceres because you like the way he kicks the football.
Hey, he has a 48-yard field goal. Only a junior. Has got to be on my list of top kickers for next season.
All right, speaking of tops, let's go over some of these top basketball games in the Open Division. We have the brackets, and we have the Open Division, which is 8 teams this year. It's a brand new division. Dorsey goes to #1 Birmingham in boys basketball.
Well, it's a dangerous game for Birmingham in the sense that Dorsey isn't anywhere near the team they were in December when they weren't at complete strength. They have more losses than they have wins. But Birmingham, I think, still will come up on top because they play well in the big games.
It's February, right? But Taft has a great player by the name of January, and they have a chance at Narbonne, I think.
Yeah, this will be one of the toughest games on the schedule. They played a double overtime game, I believe, in the first time, and Narbonne has been struggling a little bit in the last week. It's at Narbonne, so that's an advantage. So this is a pick-em game. It could go either way.
Fairfax, they got a game. They're hosting El Camino Real. Fairfax is the #3 seed. ECR's talented. Ethan Anderson is back. He's had a bad knee, but he's returned now for Fairfax Lions of the favorite.
And that's the key. Anderson came back, helped them beat Westchester last week. He's had another week of practice, so I look for Fairfax to win that game.
You said Westchester, they're in the quarterfinals as well, and again, it's an 8-team tournament, so they start with the quarterfinals against Washington Prep, and this could be interesting.
Another tough game. Washington has come on strong. They beat Narbonne. They're at full strength. It will be a dangerous game for Westchester. They need to play well or they could get beat.
I just mentioned Taft. How about Derek Taylor? He's got his 300th victory.
Well, Derek should never have left to St. John Bosco because he'd even have more victories, but congratulations to him. He's got that program back going up again.
As I look at it, in the southern section, you got a pretty good handle on this. I've been beating some pretty good teams all year long. I think the team, Bishop Montgomery's underrated. I like Chino Hills, obviously. You're going to take a look at that Open Division. What do you think there?
Well, Sierra Canyon is ranked #1 in the Open Division, but I still think Chino Hills is a team to beat because of the way they play. All I know is if next Friday night, if it's Chino Hills taking on Mater Dei and Bishop Montgomery playing Sierra Canyon, they will have 10,000 people at the Galen Center. It'll be one of the greatest semifinal doubleheaders that the Southern Section's ever had. I'm secretly rooting for that.
On the girls' side, we kind of thought it was going to be Palisades and nobody else would test them, but now they've lost a regular season game to Fairfax, and that'll make the tournament for Pally a little bit more interesting. They've won the city title the last couple of years.
Hey, Judy Edwards came out of retirement, beat Palisades, and now she's the #1 seed in City Section Open Division. So I'll look forward to the rematch.
I still think Palisades is the favorite. They have Chelsea Gibson, who's a fabulous scorer, and they've won it twice before. And Torino Johnson does a great job with that program.
Yeah, the finals will be on March 4th at Cal State Dominion Hill. So I'm telling you, fans are excited. They're going to be going out to these gyms. They're going to be packed because there's some great players and great teams and great matchups ahead.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about this beautiful campus at Fremont. Isn't this a gorgeous campus?
Yes, they've redone it, and they've done a great job redoing it.
It looks beautiful around these parts. We love Fremont High School. And we're going to come back. We're going to talk more about the Fremont soccer team with Justin Lopez, their midfielder, and Henry Caceres, their outstanding keeper. That's next on SoCal Prep Report.
Exploring LA County's trails is now a click away. A mobile-friendly trail locator lets you discover all our county's scenic hikes. It features an interactive map that takes you inside the trail. From the elevation to the temperature, what you need to know is at your fingertips. Wondering if your dog, horse, or bike is welcome? It has that too. So discover some of LA's best-kept secrets and happy trails to you.
They are the Coliseum League champions. They're headed to the Division I city playoffs. They won D2 last year. We're talking about the Fremont Pathfinders. We have Justin Lopez, the midfielder, and the fine goalie, Henry Caceres, joining us on this segment. I'll start with you, Henry. You have 14 shutouts. It's been a great year. You were great last year. What's the difference in you as an individual, as a keeper this year?
I just like to push myself, you know. I know last year I had 15, like I said, and we made it pretty far in state. And that has motivated me this year to do better as a player and as my teammates as well, get them prepared for where we're headed. Because, as you know, we're D1 this year.
Yeah, you won the D2 championship last year.
And we got moved up to Division 1, which we know is going to be tougher and a lot of competition going on in playoffs as well. And that has motivated me as a player much more because I know it's a lot of competition and my teammates are going to need me more than ever, you know.
And Justin, you have to go down in history as one of the most improved players in the city section. You were a backup on last year's team. Now you have 19 goals. You got 1,300 on the SAT, what I think is an even better accomplishment. What has happened in the past year?
In the past year, well, it's been mostly been mental strength that has gotten better. As I mentioned to you in the past, I did come back from injuries that kept me off the field for 2 years. So it was mostly regenerating that mental strength that helped me get back onto the field as a starter and as a player in the team.
And 1,300 on the SAT, that's fantastic. How were you able to achieve that? Because you only got a 3.75 GPA, so it sounds like you haven't been doing your homework sometimes.
Yes. Every now and then I run out of time, but mostly studying and taking the time to actually prepare for the SAT. Most students don't take the time. They prefer to play video games or go out and do something. I took the time in my effort and studied and got prepared for it.
Congratulations.
You know, Henry, how do you stay mentally strong in goal? It's that lonesome feeling. You're there by yourself until the attack approaches you.
Yes.
How do you stay mentally involved?
You just talk to your teammates, communication, you know. You always got to, you have the better view of the field. You get to see whatever is going on around and fix the errors with your teammates. I just talk to my teammates, whatever's going on in the field, whatever's going wrong that I see, I talk to them so they can fix it. And if they're doing a great job, I approach them and motivate them to keep doing what they are doing good.
And you love the chemistry of this team around you. You feel that this team fits together.
Yes, our chemistry is very high. We've been together since we were my freshman year. Most of my teammates, like Justin here, was a sophomore, and we've improved a lot. You know, 2014, my freshman year, we lost to Sylmar, and that motivated us more to do better. And we came to state semifinals last year, which was I found really impressive of a team coming down from that 4-0 loss. And you know,
and Justin, the soccer in the city section is tremendous. You guys have 24 wins. You lost to Granada, which is one of the better teams, along with Palisades. What is playing in the city section like? Because it looks like there's not a whole lot of bad teams.
Well, it's a lot of competition, definitely. But for me and for most of my teammates, we see competition as a good thing, because if you play against bad teams or teams that aren't as great, then you don't really challenge yourself to something. So we like the challenge that helps us improve more as individuals.
Right, and Henry, your coach has been here for 16 years, done a great job, and he really stresses leadership and grades besides soccer. Could you just talk about Roberto Gonzalez and what he means to this school?
He's a very great coach. You know, he's a teacher here as well, mathematics, and one thing he always tells us is just keep your grades. And he's not like other coaches that are really focused on winning. Mm-hmm. He focuses on the way we play and the performance that we bring out on the field. He doesn't care about winning. Like I said, we could lose a game, and as long as we gave our best effort, he's really satisfied with that, and he could go home with a happy smile on his face.
Henry, I want to talk about the culture here, because it's not just the boys' team. The girls' team has a better record even than you guys, and you guys have a phenomenal record. They're undefeated on that side of the field, and you guys split the field. What's it like sharing the field, and what's the culture here with the boys and the girls doing so well?
There's a lot of culture here in Fremont for soccer, you know. A lot of players play here at competitive level as well as some girls, and I think that helps them out a lot. And we keep communication throughout the school, the great accomplishments that they've made as well. And the culture here is really good. Like, the soccer is really known here at Fremont. Like, players love soccer here. Sometimes they play at lunch as well. And yeah, like, he has a lot of players here for tryouts as well. And yeah, soccer here is really
Well, Justin and Henry, we wish you the best of luck. I know the playoffs are in front of you. You're not sure who you're going to play yet, but I'm sure you get a quality opponent. Pathfinders won a championship last year. Best of luck in the tournament this year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Two good guys on an outstanding team. We're talking Fremont Pathfinders soccer today. We'll step out, have more from Fremont when we return right after this on SoCal Prep Report.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy. Oh, and she even talks to it. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
We're at the Archer School for Girls, and it's exciting times here. They have a young lady by the name of Rachel Pike who's been outstanding in 3 different sports. One of them, soccer, is her specialty. She's on her way to play college soccer as well. We're going to chat with her now. We're going to chat with her about her choice. She's been a terrific student athlete on campus. Rachel, it's nice to meet you today.
Nice to meet you too.
You're going to Hamilton to play soccer in upstate New York. You're an outstanding goalie. You have a lot of shutouts this year. You allow less than 1 goal a game. Why Hamilton College?
Hamilton is actually really similar to a lot of the other small liberal arts schools on the East Coast, and I think the thing for me that pushed it over the edge was the community that I saw there and how similar it was to the community we have here at Archer, and that emotional connection is what really drew me to the school and made me choose it in the end.
I've never been here. It's in Brentwood. This campus is absolutely gorgeous. Not a lot of students. I would imagine there's got to be a closeness here that makes it easier for a team and easier for a team to have great chemistry.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. I think the small campus here allows me to get to know everyone, not just people in my classes, not just people in my grade, but people all over the school. And I think that helps with our team chemistry because I'm not just seeing the players on the field and during practices, I'm seeing them in the hallways. Maybe even we have a class together if it's a junior with a senior. Having the small environment helps our team connect more on and off the field.
How difficult was it to keep up the grades, play 3 different sports, and be an all-star in soccer?
I think with the support we have here at Archer, it's not difficult at all, and I know a lot of people do it. The teachers here especially are really supportive with our student athletes, so they're willing to meet with us outside of actual class time to help us get our work done. They want us to be successful in the classroom and also with our athletic pursuits. It was challenging, but it wasn't too much for me to overcome, and I had a lot of support from my parents, my teachers, my friends, and everyone here at Archer.
Other than soccer, softball you played and you ran cross country. What was that experience like?
Cross country?
Either one or both?
Okay. I started doing cross country last year, and it was mainly to get in shape for soccer. But I ended up having a lot of fun. I think that team, especially with that kind of sport where it's very difficult, the team really grows, and I learned to, no, I wouldn't say love running, but I learned to have a good time while I was there. And with softball, again, it's just another really close team. And I had never really played the sport before joining freshman year, so I learned a lot, and I think playing the other 2 sports has helped me a lot in soccer as well.
I'm looking around this room, and before I let you go, your name is up in lights. Congratulations, Rachel Pike is all over the building. What's that like, to be the headliner?
It's pretty weird, not gonna lie. It's definitely a new experience for me, and seeing my name everywhere is a little uncomfortable, but it just, again, shows me how much support I have here and how much love there is from the people around me, and especially from my school.
Well, you're a charming young lady. We wish you the best of luck, and congratulations on your college choice and continued success here at Archer.
Thank you so much.
That's Rachel Pike. We'll have more right after this on SoCal Prep Report.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition of the SoCal Prep Report. I'm Rich Estrella, and tonight we're going to cover the CIF basketball pairings. Basketball playoffs are going to start this week, So we got to talk about it. Also, we're going to take a look at the all-CIF Southern Section football teams. Those teams that are out, want to give everybody a look. Remember, there's 13 divisions, and then there's an all-CIF team made up of members from all the divisions. So we'll get a look at those in a little bit. But right now, I want to talk about CIF wrestling. The dual meets are now over. St. John Bosco, Northview, the two big winners. Northview has like a number 8 ranking in the state. Probably the Southern Section's best chance of winning the state this year. We'll have to wait and see. We've been talking about how the Central Section seems to dominate the wrestling. We'll see if the Southern Section has a shot this year of getting a state championship. Don't forget the Masters meet are coming up. The qualifiers are this weekend, then the Masters. The Masters is where you want to be. The top 9 qualifiers in each weight class will advance to the state. And that's coming up February 24th and February 25th out at Citizens Bank Arena in Ontario. All right, nice place, big place, great place to hold the Masters. It's going to be packed. There's going to be a ton of wrestlers. Probably got 2,500 wrestlers right now in the Southern Section alone getting ready for the qualifiers. And then they're going to met that down as they get ready for the Masters. And that will determine who advances to state. So a lot of good action coming up. There's so many athletes. There's so many schools to mention. We just can't highlight anybody. It's just not fair. It's a lot of great athletes, a lot of great wrestlers. So stay tuned for that. Remember, Citizens Bank, February 24th and 25th. All right, now let's float over to basketball, and let's take a look at the boys' Open Division. Taking a look at the boys' Open Division, this is the playoff pairings. Sierra Canyon got the top seed. They're going to face Heritage Christian. Now, Heritage Christian's very gritty. They got a 27-win record, but let's face it, Sierra Canyon is currently ranked number 2 in the country, and they should advance rather easily. I'm sorry, Heritage, but this is about the toughest opponent anybody's going to face anywhere in the country for an opening round game. I'm even talking about the Lakers. They'd have a tough time defeating Sierra Canyon this year. The next group that will face either Sierra Canyon or Heritage Christian will be the winner of the Corona Centennial Damien game. Now, this is another tough first round matchup for both of these guys, especially the Huskies. Damien has only lost 3 games all season. They lost twice to defending national champion Chino Hills, and they are the current number 1 team. The other loss they have was to Mater Dei, currently ranked number 4 in the nation. Mater Dei's only lost 1 game, and that was to Chino Hills this year. So, anyways, if you look at it, Damien has only lost 3 games, both with the top 5 teams in the country. All right? And when I say they lost only 3 games, they lost twice to Chino Hills, and again, once to Mater Dei. So, Damien's pretty tested, but so's Corona Centennial. But I still think Damien's has played better competition and will defeat Corona Centennial. By the way, they are in the top 50 in the country. Moving down the bracket, Santa Margarita opens with Esperanza. The Aztecs scored a 25-1 record coming into the playoffs and were being mentioned as a top 25 team in the country. However, the lack of a signature win this season may hurt them against the Eagles, as Santa Margarita has played 3 of the nation's top 25 teams, so they are battle tested. And don't forget, they have Mater Dei in their division, in their league, the Trinity League. Moving down the bracket, Oak Park drew one of the nation's best teams in Bishop Montgomery. Now, it's not like Oak Park hasn't played great teams. They played plenty, but they also lost to those teams. But not by much, so they may get Bishop Montgomery a run for their money. Then again, maybe not. The Eagles have only lost 2 games, and one was to the nation's number 8 Montverde Academy of Florida. However, they pretty much cleaned everybody's clock all season. I expect Bishop Montgomery to move on. Moving down the bracket, we got Mater Dei taking on Crossroads. Now, Mater Dei has been in the nation's top 10 all season, and their only loss was to Chino Hills. Chino Hills, if you remember last season in the CIF Finals, handed Mater Dei their worst loss in school's history in the CIF Finals by beating the Monarchs by 50 points. The Monarchs recently dipped into the nation's high school free agent market and have recently added 7-foot state champion from Bishop Meads of Kansas, Bol Bol. That's right, Bol Bol is the son of former NBA player Manute Bol. Now, this is a little suspected bringing in a kid of this caliber transferring mid-season, especially since Bol, again, led his team to the Kansas State Championship last year as a sophomore. So it looks like Mater Dei doesn't want to be embarrassed again by some neighborhood kids from Chino Hills, especially when you got a national all-star team. Just looks bad. We'll see what happens in that ball game. Moving down the bracket, we got Redondo 23-4 taking on Roosevelt Corona 18-6. Now this is a very interesting first round matchup. Redondo was ranked 13th in the state and has played great all season. So what's missing? A signature win. They beat Long Beach Poly by 8 early in the season, but lost to Rancho Santa Margarita by a bunch the week prior. Roosevelt, by contrast, has 6 losses, but they played games against the nation's best, including Westchester, Chino Hills, Bishop Gorman, Damien, Centennial, Rancho Santa Margarita, Fairfax. Half that schedule's bad enough for any team, so 6 losses is a lot of learning when you're playing against the nation's best. So we'll see what happens in that ball game. Almany 24-3 taking on Long Beach Poly. Another good matchup in the first round. Like Roosevelt, Long Beach Poly has played some of the nation's top teams, and they should. However, Almany is no slouch. At 24-3, they have played a schedule similar to Poly's. Almany's discipline may be the difference in this game. Almany is ranked 14th nationally and 6th in the state. And finally, at the bottom of the bracket, number 2 ranked in the CIF Southern Section, which is kind of funny because Chino Hills is ranked 1 in the country, but they're ranked 2nd in the Southern Section. They're taking on Jay Serra. Now, Jay Serra has 2 chances of winning their opening round game. Slim and none. I know it's a cliche, but it's the truth of the matter. Chino Hills is still the team to beat. Top ranked in the state, top ranked in the country, and is the defending national champion. They can score at will. They put up like 500 points the other night to close out league play in a single game. They play like they're starving, despite a 61-1 win-loss record over their past 61 games. So good luck keeping it close, Sarah. Let's take a look at the girls now. Taking a look at girls basketball in the Open Division, here's the pairings. Long Beach Poly sitting on top. They're 21-3 on the season. They draw Brea Linda, a good matchup. Poly's ranked 21st in the state, Brea Linda number 25, so you can't get any closer than that. Following them is Orangewood Academy taking on Ventura. 2 good teams, 2 solid teams. I don't know if they're the caliber of Long Beach or Brea. We'll find out as they move on. Almany and Troy. Almany's ranked 10th in the state, 27th in the nation. They're going to give Troy fits. Troy's really good, smart teams, but that'll be a good ball game. Chaminade is taking on Sierra Canyon. Another good matchup between girls teams. Sierra Canyon ranked 16th in the state. Chaminade 33 again. Pretty evenly matched up. We'll see what happens in that one. Taking a look at the lower bracket, it's Windward taking on Lakeside of Lake Elsinore. They both have great records. Windward, though, ranked 13th in the country. I expect them to take Lakeside down. Following down the bracket again, it's Modern Day 26 taking on Harvard Westlake. 2 teams that have great traditions, and Harvard Westlake is currently ranked 21st in the nation. They are ranked number 6 in the state. They look like they may have it over Modern Day this year. And continue on, it's Sarah 20-6 taking on Fairmont Prep. Sarah's ranked 7th in the country, 7th in the state, 22 in the nation. Again, good representation from the Southern Section here, nationally and statewide. And Etiwanda, ranked number 2, or seated number 2 in this bracket. They're taking on Milliken. Remember, Etiwanda, the only team in the Southern Section that is in the top 10 at number 10. They are currently ranked 3rd in the state. And that wraps up the ladies bracket in the CIF Southern Section playoffs. As mentioned, the CIF Southern Section, all CIF football teams have been announced. We will leave you now with a look at all the divisions and all CIF members. Congratulations to everybody. On behalf of the cast and crew here at LA 36 and SoCal Prep Report, I'm Rich Estrella.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
Recently, LaMelo Ball of Chino Hills scored 92 points against Los Osos. They won the game, obviously. He had 41 points in the fourth quarter. Just want to get Eric's reaction about that performance.
Well, I think it was fine. I mean, a lot of people were, objected to the fact that they were trying to get him the ball at the end, but that's what happens in sports. If you have a chance to make a record, and 92 points isn't a record because it's the second best ever, I still think you should go for it. And I know the kid, he's a team player. He loves assists, he loves to shoot also, and Chino Hills, it's their style that had more the reason to do with it, and also the fact his brother did not play. If his brother was playing LeAngelo, he never would have scored 92 points.
And he's only a sophomore, LaMelo.
Yep.
Harvey Catani, the old Fairfax coach, is getting it done at Rolling Hills Prep.
Number 1 seed in Division 5 AA, so congratulations to Harvey. He's retired from LA Unified, but he's doing quite well. Rolling Hills Preps is 12 minutes from where he lives in the South Bay, and he's having fun, and they have a chance to win a section title.
Quick note in football, we always seem to talk. I like to talk football. He always tries to get in baseball. Kayvon Thibodeau, that brilliant young 10th grade defensive end at Dorsey, already gets an offer from Alabama.
He has lots of offers, USC, UCLA. As long as he stays doing well in school and keeps working hard, he will have many options by the time his senior year, but he needs to keep doing those things well because offers are meaningless if you can't get the grades.
Final thought, this has been a beautiful day at Fremont, this campus redone. This is the first time either one of us have been here in a long time. It's gorgeous.
Yes, it's nice, and I'm just so happy with the Fremont soccer program. Robert Gonzalez, he says he learned all this from John Wooden. He changed the way he coached back in 2000 when he read about the pyramid, John Wooden's pyramid, and he made the team about the team and not himself. And I think that's great that coaches are learning, even when they're at an older age, that they're improving. So congratulations to what he's accomplishing here at Fremont, both on and off the field.
The pyramid of success for Coach Wooden has worked for Roberto Gonzalez here at Fremont. For Eric, I'm Randy. We'll see you next time right here on SoCal Prep Report.